Mr. Skeleton. Get in, sir. Hold my purse. Hold my purse. And let me open this. My messy bun is so tall today. It's hitting. Do I need to clean off my screen? Hold on a minute. Let's get out of here, Mr. Skeleton. Hey everyone, it is another day. Holiday decor hunting. That's going to take me a minute to get used to because you know I want to say Halloween. It is another season. Holiday decor hunting with me and good old Mr. Skeleton. It is time. 'Tis the season. Here we are. We made it. Barely. We're hanging on by a thread. Right, Mr. Skeleton? Although, aren't we all? Anyways, we are holiday decor hunting today. And this week and beyond, I don't know how long. We'll keep hunting until we see everything, basically. But we're cruising to Walmart and at home is where we're going today. Oh, by the way, I've got some Santa hat options for good old Mr. Skeleton. So we did not forget about him this year. I just didn't know which one I wanted to put on him. So when we get to Walmart, we'll see what kind of hat he should be wearing today. So I'm looking for, I don't know what I'm looking for this year. I mean, I'm gonna look for my usual dark, I almost said Halloween. Like the black and white stuff. You know, I love that stuff every year. That's usually what I do is like a black and white theme. But I also love peppermint stuff, like red and white, in-your-face Christmassy kind of stuff. We're looking for all the things, and we'll see what they have. Wait, I just went the wrong way. Dang it. I can't follow directions at all. I'm not going to the grocery section. I'm trying to park at the home section. I honestly haven't been to a grocery store in a while. I haven't been grocery shopping as much lately because Dallas and I have been doing those Factor meals. If you watched a couple months ago, I did a sponsorship with Factor, and actually this video is sponsored by Factor as well, which I'll get into here in a second. But a couple of months ago, we tried Factor for the sponsorship, and I loved it so much that we've been getting them every single week, and Dallas and I are hooked. We love it. And not only because of the busy Halloween season and now the busy holiday season, but also because Lucian really isn't sleeping very well at night. He's a great napper, but I can't nap when he naps because I got a bunch of stuff to do while he's napping. But he is waking up every couple hours at night, and we are so tired. It is on another level. Like newborn tired wasn't even this bad, in my opinion, in our situation. So the last thing I want to do after I put him down to sleep is cook a whole meal. Like I just want to relax and lay down and sleep, or sleep soon, you know what I mean? So these Factor meals, also we can squeeze them in during a nap time or any time we need to squeeze them in. And if you haven't heard of Factor before, or haven't heard me jam my jaws about Factor before, Factor makes meeting your nutrition goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian-approved meals right to your doorstep. And you can skip the stress of meal prepping over the holidays with Factor. You can choose from over 35 weekly flavor-packed, fresh, never frozen meals that support a healthy lifestyle and meet your meal preferences. All delivered right to your door and ready to eat in 2 minutes. And also, if you're looking for special occasion meals during the holidays, you can level up with Gourmet Plus options, prepared to perfection by chefs and ready to eat in record time, so you can enjoy premium ingredients like broccolini, leeks, truffle butter, and asparagus. So yeah, we've been loving Factor. And Dallas and I were just saying the other day, we haven't had one meal we haven't liked. We've liked every single meal. There are so many times in my life I wish I would have had Factor during finals week, during holidays, just busy times of my life. I can't recommend Factor enough. So anyways, if you're wanting to save some time this holiday season, or maybe just in general, maybe just life gets busy and you're wanting some nutritious meals delivered straight to your door, definitely check out Factor. You can head to factor75.com or click the link down in my description box and use code LIBRA50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. And that's the entire box. So not just one meal, but the entire box of meals is 50% off. So definitely check it out. I don't know. I've been loving it all. So I can't say enough good things about it. But yeah, it's been saving me some grocery trips. So we're not going to the grocery store here at Walmart. We're going to look at holiday decor is what we're doing. So we're going to put a Santa hat on good old Mr. Skeleton. We have this bedazzled situation, or just sequin situation, sparkly situation. This is option number 1 for good old Mr. Skeleton. Option number 2 is a little more up our alley. It's a little bit on the darker side of life. We got this long one. It's like a long hat. like this long black Santa hat. I feel like this is the one because look at this luxury draped around his rib cage. Okay. Anyways, we're going into Walmart. Let's go. Oh my God. All right, Mr. Skeleton, get with it, sir. All right, we just left Walmart. And okay, first of all, let me just say what I saw in there in the candy section. They had gummy Clausen pickles, everybody. Gummy freaking pickles. So you know I bought them. I cannot wait to freaking try them. I feel like I need to wait until Vlogmas to try them. Like we'll try them together during Vlogmas. I can't see anything. Not one single thing. That's besides the point. We saw Christmas. There was, okay, first thing I saw, a bunch of these, what do you call them? Like toilet covers, toilet seat covers, and then like the toilet mat. You know, the mat that goes around the toilet. And my mom always had these growing up. So I secretly wanted one for myself. I don't have the holiday ones, you know. So they had Santa. They had a snowman. Is that a hammer in the middle of the road? That's weird. I don't even know what I'm talking about now. But they had the toilet seat cover situation. And then they also had some, I almost said Halloween. Christmas, I wish it was Halloween. Christmas blankets. They had one that said it had like different animals on it, like penguins, and am I remembering this right? And then they had one that had dogs on it. Dogs and like little greenery things on it. Saw some stockings. Just got a brief little look at some stockings. They had a couple of black and white ones that I thought were cute. One was kind of like a knit sweater look. It was black and white. The other one had like a deer on it. And it was black and white and silver. And then they had just some other kind of classic type of stockings. They had, you know, kids stockings. They had a shark stocking. I feel like Bailey would have liked that one. Then they had some decor, like some like aesthetic decor. One aesthetic was kind of this vintage look, had some vintage looking deer, and which I love those ones every single year, the little vintage deer. They also had like a little peppermint gingerbread house looking thing, and some green trees, and just it was like red and green and kind of classic vintage looking, I almost said Halloween, Christmas. And then they had some black and white stuff. They had some good black and white stuff. They had these little velvet nutcrackers. They had some really cute little snowmen, little black and white, no face or anything, which I kind of liked, honestly. I thought it was like kind of minimalist, modern looking. And then they had this interesting tree. It's like a plastic black tree. It was like a cone tree. But the cone was like kind of melted to one side. And like I was like, oh, maybe it's just a defect with this one. No, all of them had that. The tip was, I'm not mature enough for this, people. So anyway, there was that. But then they had a really pretty wreath that said joy and had some, you know, pine cones? I don't know, but it had some greenery and pine cones and stuff. And then they had a sign that said ho 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 that was black and metal. And then they had some little trees. I think that was it in that section. Or I'll continue to show whatever I'm missing. I'll just show various things. But then they had kind of like a wooden line where there was like a wooden squirrel or chipmunk or something. And then other wooden things like where they're trees or houses, like little wooden things, cream colors and gold. So they had like a couple of deer in here that had gold antlers. They also had a random red velvet deer in here. And I don't know if it was in that collection or not. And then they also had some pretty sage green trees and a pretty green velvet cone tree. But their collections were really pretty this year. And I feel like really simple and timeless. So go Walmart. I feel like their stuff, like I would expect more of like in your face Christmas for Walmart, but no, I thought a lot of their stuff was really classy, very a classy Christmas. But then they did have some classic Christmas decor as well. They had like some of these water globe lantern things where like some of them had gnomes in them, of course. Here we go. Actually, you know what? I've said this before. The gnomes don't bother me as much at Christmas time. So they had like gnomes and the lantern, and then they had other different lanterns with different things in them. And they had a little Christmas town there too. So different little buildings. They had a Walmart, like a Christmas Walmart building. And then what else do they have? They also had some Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. So they had a Jack Skellington Nutcracker. They also had a Grinch Nutcracker. Going to put that out there because they were right next to each other. And then they had some wall decor and some little ornaments and also some little stuffed Jack Skellingtons. Was there an Oogie Boogie too? I feel like there was. And then they had some Grinch stuff too, wall decor ornaments, and just some little Grinch things. Not a huge selection of either. Oh, they also had a Jack Skellington stocking there too. Not a huge selection, but it was, you know, it was enough to feed my spooky soul. I needed that. And then they had a bunch of the blow-up stuff, like the outdoor blow-up stuff. All sorts of stuff. Elves, Santa, reindeer. Well, I don't know. Anything and everything, like trees. I don't even know what else. But they had basically all sorts of Christmassy blow-up stuff to put in your yard. There was one more little area at Walmart I'm missing. They had a little ceramic bakeware area that had different things like, or like, you know, like entertaining things. So they had like little casserole dishes, little pie dishes, measuring cups. What else? Oh, like a little drink dispenser and coffee mugs. And they had little platter things too. Like they had a cute little reindeer chip and dip platter thing. They had one that was, one was like houses lined up, like a little village. And the other one was something else. I can't remember what that one was. But, oh, and then they had a couple of pillows I ran into. I feel like there had to have been more pillows. I just didn't find them. Anyways, we're on our way to At Home, and traffic is on another level of what is happening. So we're going to go see what they have. I'm hoping they're not too picked over because I don't think they are. If Walmart wasn't picked over yet, then I don't think At Home will be. We'll see what else they have in store. But I don't know how much we're gonna get because Ghoul, I didn't even finish putting my hauls out for Halloween. Do you guys still want to see my Halloween hauls? I might just do my HomeGoods one when I take down my Halloween so I can just show you the things that I got from HomeGoods because I never did a haul. I'll just show you as I'm taking stuff down. But anyways, that's besides the point. We're here at Home and I'm sweating, y'all. Freaking sweating. We're here at Home. Just left At Home. That was our last stop of the day. And I'm going to have to talk about everything we saw when we get home because that place had so much stuff. So much stuff that I had to clear off space on my phone because it filled up my phone, like the memory on my phone. That's how much was there. So, there's no way I'm going to remember all of it. So we're going to go through it at home. No, like when I get home. Hey everyone, we're back. Let's go over what we saw at home. Okay, let's start with, we'll start with the trees. Because when we walked in, there they were, right there. All the trees in all of their glory. There was like a whole line of trees all the way down At Home. They had green ones. They had flocked ones. They had the black flocked one that I'm obsessed with. They had white ones. They had, did I already say that just like plain green and flocked and all the things? They didn't have as many colors as they usually do. Usually they have like orange, red, rainbow, pink. I didn't see a lot of colorful ones this year, but they did have a huge selection, all different multicolored lights. They also had warm and cool tone lights and blue lights and like all the different light. And then there was the blow up section, and the blow up section was intense this year. They had this huge archway situation. They had penguins. They had Santa. Do they have a dog? I don't know what I'm even thinking of, but they had a snowman, maybe. I don't know, but they had a bunch. We saw some outdoor kind of like yard stake things and yard signs. They also had reindeer and presents and all sorts of different yard things. And they also had a couple of outdoor rugs. They had more than this, but it was hard to get visuals of, but they had a couple cute ones. I think did one say ho, ho, ho? And then the other one, I can't remember what it's, a Merry Christmas, or I don't know. But they had a couple of outdoor rugs that I got visuals of. And then we're moving on to all the themed stuff. So they had, let's start with, they had like a classic Christmas vibe that was really pretty. Lots of nutcrackers and Santas, lots of Santas in this area. Santa statues, and then they had fancy Santas, you know, with the fancy outfits on. They had, what else in this area? Did they have presents and stockings and... but this one was very, very, very classic Santa. Reds and greens. And I want to say, were there golds in this area? I don't really remember. But they had all sorts of things, all sorts of different tabletop decor pieces. They had little signs that said various things. And like I mentioned, a lot of Santas and a lot of nutcracker pieces. Anything from actual nutcrackers to wall decor. They had a lot of pretty wall decor in this area as well. Yeah, this was one of my favorite lines at home because I love a good classic Santa, classic Christmas kind of look. I feel like they also had like Christmas cookies, like plates or maybe mugs or just different things like that in this area. And I know I'm forgetting a lot in this area, but it was classic Christmas. You can't go wrong. Just lots of different Santas doing various things, and trains and rocking horses and just classic, I want to say red, green, and gold in this area. They had this like red candle looking thing that's actually a light. They also had kind of a pink section, like a rose gold and pink section, but it has lots of pinks and rose golds and ballerinas. I feel like, were there nutcrackers in this area too? I don't remember, but they had some crowns and lots of rose gold, really pretty, glittery, pinkish, blushy colors in this area. Feathers, like lots of feathery things, ballet, like nutcracker kind of feel. And then all the ornaments that went with it were also pink and blushy and feathery and glittery and all the things. They also had Mrs. Claus's Bakery and a gingerbread area kind of all in one aisle. The Mrs. Claus's Bakery though, it's all pastel. So pastel pink, mint, lots of sprinkles and like little cupcake things and little cookie things, and then little sugar cookie people instead of gingerbread people, little sugar cookie people. And then they had like a little candle, and then everything has like little sprinkles on it, all the ornaments. They had all different signs that said things about Mrs. Claus's Bakery or different things about sugar cookies, and they also had tabletop decor like this too. So little, you know, wooden cutout decor that said different things. They also had little mint deer, little vintage looking deer in this area, and lots of mint and light pink and all that kind of stuff. But this was a really cute area. This is one of my favorite lines of all, like of everything we see. This is one of my favorite. I never go pastel. Like my house is not decorated this way, but I feel like it's one of the cutest lines. Like I love everything in it. And then of course the ornaments that went with Mrs. Claus's Bakery, those are some of my favorite as well. Lots of sprinkles and, like I said, mints and pinks, little sugar cookie people, and all the little sprinkles, little donuts, and all the cute little pastel, am I thinking of ornaments is what I'm thinking of. And they also had the gingerbread stuff. And I feel like their gingerbread houses and or sugar cookie houses at home, they have some of the best ones. At Home and HomeGoods have the best gingerbread houses in my opinion, but At Home just kills it in this department. They had amazing sugar cookie houses and gingerbread houses, and they had gingerbread people and just different, a little train and little, you know, like little town situations. But one area had a ton of gnomes. I feel like all I was seeing in this area, it was like just a whole decoration line of gnomes. So it was just like blues and whites and silvers and gnomes. And maybe were there some woodland creatures in there, or am I just hoping there was, because I saw so many gnomes in this area. And this area also had a bunch of tabletop decor that said different things. And I don't even know. They had all different sayings. And then they also had, you know, it's like the Halloween hoedown, but the Christmas hoedown, where it was all kind of like lodgy meets farmhouse meets like just a lot of natural wood looking stuff. The buffalo print, or, you know, the red and black check print, and bears and squirrels or chipmunks, or, you know, just different animals like that. Maybe even owls were in there. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking there were. Maybe at least in the ornaments there were some owls, I feel like. But lots of plaid looking stuff and things that said Home for the Holidays. Is that what it was called? Home for the Holidays? It wasn't called Christmas Hoedown. That's just my imagination. But I feel like maybe it was called Home for the Holidays. But if not, they had signs that said stuff like that, or like hot cocoa, or sit down and have some hot cocoa, or the so-and-so lodge, or that kind of stuff. Lots of browns and reds and blacks and lodgy kind of things. And they also had wooden sleighs and lots of wooden pieces in this area. Very, like I said, lodgy meets farmhouse meets wilderness. Lots of those feels in this area. I feel like we see this one every single year. Ever since the farmhouse style got popular, we've been seeing a lot of this kind of, buffalo print, red and black, lots of natural wood kind of stuff, very warm and fuzzy kind of lodgy feel. And so they had that. And they, of course, had a white and silver line with lots of silver, like silver deer, Santas with silver accents, silver crowns, silver, all sorts of, everything had silver accents. I feel like this line, though, was much smaller this year than usual. They kind of had it on an end cap area, but they didn't have as much as they usually do. It was picked over. It wasn't very big. And they also had all gold stuff. We see this one every year. It's more of the classic nativity scene kind of look, whereas all gold crowns, and it mentions a lot about, like the king, the newborn king, and stuff like that in this area. And they have little nativity scenes and angels. I think did they have an acrylic angel in this area that was pretty, but lots of angels and golds and whites. And then they had a full-blown elf on a shelf, in-your-face Christmas line this year. So normally they have an elf line where it's more of like elfing around, I think is what they call it. But this year they teamed up with Elf on a Shelf. So it's actual Elf on a Shelf. So they had a lot of different Elf on a Shelf people, like lots of different elves. I'm not really familiar with the Elf on a Shelf stuff. I mean, I'm sure I will be once Lucian gets older. So I don't know the characters by name or, the elves by name, but they had a bunch of the different elves. And I think there was like a little dog in there, little animals, but the rest of it was all in your face Christmas. So red and green and shiny and sparkly and all sorts of stuff. But everything in this area was all red and green and in your face Christmas pom-pom stuff and garland and wall decor. I'm sure I'm missing something in here, so I'll just continue to show whatever I'm missing. But they had so much to see. I mean, there was stuff everywhere. I didn't even get all the ornaments or all the throw pillows or anything because they had so much that it got a little overwhelming. So we may need to go back because they're doing a whole Black Friday sale thing starting on the 18th, I think. So we may go back on that first day to see if they have anything, because they're having some throw blankets. Like their throw blankets, I think, are going to be, they're marked down from $10 to $5. And Neens, she loves a good fuzzy blanket. So I thought about going and checking it out. So anyways, that's pretty much it for today. So I'll see ya when I see ya. All right, Mr. Skeleton, here we go. Hey everyone, it is another day holiday decor hunting with me and good old Mr. Santa Skeleton. We are cruising to, okay, the first place we're going, wait, hold on, railroad tracks, Mr. Skeleton, hold on, sir. Oh, wait, actually that wasn't that bad. They kind of paved them like a couple weeks ago or a week ago, or I don't know when that was, around Halloween time. And they're way smoother now, so I'm not even mad at it. I've been up since 5 a.m. And so I don't even know what planet I'm on right now, but the fall leaves look beautiful. Some of you out there might be like, Ghoul, we get it already. You're tired. Either take a nap or shut up. And you know what? Honestly, fair enough. I almost did take a nap. I almost didn't go out today and go holiday hunting. But you know what? You know what today? What happened today? The one day I wasn't going to go out? They're having $3 or like basically $4 soaps at I almost said Bed Bath & Beyond. Bath & Body Works. Today and today only. They're having like $4 soaps, like $3.90 cents soaps. And guess what I needed from Bath & Body Works? Did I say Bed Bath & Beyond before? If I did, just ignore me. But Bath & Body Works, what's the one thing I needed there? Soap. So we're going to Bath & Body Works. But first, because in the same little shopping area, it's Michael's, and then a couple doors down is HomeGoods. So, we might as well just go to all the places. And also today, Aldi put out their Christmas stuff. So we're going to go to Aldi as well. And I also wanted to go to Target and Home Depot. I almost said HomeGoods again, but Home Depot. But I think we'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow we might do Home Depot, Target, and Ross. I'm thinking. Okay, here we go. HomeGoods is looking like freaking Black Friday, everybody. Per usual, what else is new? But we're still gonna go because we're a sucker for punishment. And even though we dislike people-y places, we're still gonna show up. All right, anyways, we're here at HomeGoods. We're going in. Here we go. All right, I hear you. Okay, we just left HomeGoods. Let me just say before I get into the Christmas stuff, their spooky shirt selection. I don't know if this store just got their Halloween shirts or their spooky shirts late, because I'd been checking all season long and saw nothing, but they had a bunch of their spooky shirts. Like, I'm talking Freddy Krueger hoodies. Look at this thing. I'll just show you what I got. Welcome to holiday decor hunting, everyone, where we shop for that's why I call it holiday. We're still shopping for Halloween. Come on, let's keep it real. We're always spooky around here, but I got this Freddy Krueger hooded sweatshirt situation, and look, it has his whole glove claw situation all the way down the arm. I'm obsessed with this. I love it. Love that I'm seeing this in November. Also, check out this Chucky sweatshirt, everybody. Good guys, Chucky sweatshirt. Obsessed with that also. Do I wear a lot of color? No, but guess what? I live in Chiefs area. Like, I live in Kansas City. So red and yellow, Chiefs colors, but you know, make it spooky. Okay. That's as far as I get with football, okay? Also saw this one. Scary stories to tell in the dark hoodie. Everybody. With a whole situation on the back. Okay, obsessed with that too. Another spooky item. Did I need it? No. Did I get it? Yes, I did. Also, look at this Goosebumps acid wash green shirt. You know, any other color I wear, if I'm not wearing black, I'm wearing green. And love this Goosebumps Welcome to Dead House shirt. Really soft acid wash. And then look at this one. Goosebumps Welcome to Horrorland in the acid wash, because you know I love a good acid wash. And then, look at this. Blair Witch, everybody. Home of the Blair Witch. Got all these. After I'd looked for these spooky shirts all season long, we saw them in November, y'all. In November. I know we're not talking about Christmas yet, but I'm just excited. Like, I don't even know. Like, I bought mostly Halloween clothes. Or just spooky. For me, this is like horror all year round kind of stuff. But it was good. It was good. So, anyways, let's talk about Christmas, if we must. So, and I'm going to just drive like 2 seconds away to Bath & Body Works. Okay, first thing I saw when I walked in, they had all their big stuff out. So, like, right out front. So, lots of big nutcrackers, Santas. They had a stack of, was it ornaments, I think? I know that, yeah, stack of ornaments, like a huge stack of ornaments. And was one a stack of packages? I can't remember. And then they had a stack of dogs, everybody. Christmas dogs stacked on top of each other. See something new every day, I tell you what. And then, yeah, just like a lot of their bigger items in this area. They also had a huge white glittery reindeer. It was glorious. And also, they had this letters to Santa little mailbox that I thought was super cute. Thought about snagging that, but I didn't. But it was really cute, and I know I'll never probably see it again, because I kind of want that for Lucian, to put little, you know, his letters to Santa in. That'd be so cute. That was all, like, the bigger items. And then the rest of the decor was kind of just all over the place and just in different color schemes. So I'll just go through the different color schemes. They had, like, a blush pink color scheme. So it had, like, the Santas and the trees and reindeer. Do they have reindeer? Nutcracker. You know, all the different, like, holiday looking things in this color scheme. And then, of course, they had the gold. So they had gold cone trees and gold reindeer, various gold reindeer. They had all gold. They had acrylic with gold. They had white with gold horns. They had all sorts of different gold reindeer. Gold Santas, or, you know, Santas wearing fancy gold outfits. Gold, I don't know, everything was gold. Then they had lots of silver. So then, you know, just swap out everything I just said for silver. So silver cone trees, silver Santas, silver reindeer, silver, everything silver. All the silver, everything, all in one place. They also had a little black section, very small, but worth mentioning because, you know, I'm always looking for black stuff. Nothing that interested me too much. It was more of the farmhouse style, but I'll take what I can get. So they had some nutcrackers. They had like a bear. Was it like I think it was a candle holder, a bear, and a moose, I think. And they were more like kind of this geometric looking situation. And then they had, that one was less farmhouse, more modern, I think. And then they had, what else did they have? Like little lanterns. They have a sleigh. I think there was like a black sleigh and that kind of stuff. So very, very, very small black section, but I'll take it. And then they had, you know, Christmas in your face. So reds and greens and elves and Santas and Santa flying on a sleigh and lots of snow globes in the Santa section. Did I already say nutcrackers, reindeer, all the classic stuff. And oh, they had this really cool acrylic nutcracker, really cool. Loved that. I didn't get it, but it was really cool and it was heavy. It was like a red nutcracker. What else do we see? Nutcrackers, Santas, lots and lots and lots and lots of Santas. Oh, they had the wooden, like the old wooden looking, like German looking wooden stuff with like all the scenery. It's always really detailed, really cool. They had several of those, but those are always cool every single year. And then they had this pewter, my mom had already sent me a picture of this pewter tree that was like this huge pewter tree with where you put wine bottles in it. It was huge. And then they also had a huge nutcracker guy that was like holding a bucket, like ice bucket. And then anything else I'm missing in the decor area, I'll show here. But there's a lot of the same kind of stuff we see every year. So then moving on to some of the bakeware stuff, they had some cute bakeware. They had a really cute loaf pan that had Rudolph, or maybe Santa with all the reindeer flying, I think it was. And then they had a couple ramekins with Hello Kitty, like holiday Hello Kitty and Rudolph. They had one that had little mushrooms on it. And then, of course, cupcake liners and little measuring cups. And, like, it was, like, a whole little bakeware area with a bunch of holiday bakeware stuff. And then they also had, in a separate section, they had a bunch of Grinch stuff. So, mugs and plates and, what else do they have in this area? Was there, I think there was also Rudolph. So, they had a Rudolph, the cookie jar and Rudolph plates and, like, a whole Rudolph little kitchen set thing. Or, you know, dining set thing. And then they had some really pretty Christmas dishes. So, you know the plates with the witches that I got during Halloween season? I decorated with them this year in my dining room, if you saw that video. But it's kind of got that folky look to it. They had plates for Christmas in the same look with this crackling fireplace that looks really old school, like folky. It says like 1791. This like kind of old school looking crackling fireplace. It was so cool, really pretty. And then the other one was at like a little village. I can't remember what the other one was, but it was also really pretty. They had a bunch of different holiday plates. And then they had a couple of mugs. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I didn't see a lot of Halloween mugs and I didn't see a lot of Christmas mugs. Not a lot of mugs to choose from. They had one that had a vintage looking Santa on it that was kind of cute. And then they had one that had, was it a reindeer or something? And then anything else I'm missing here I'll show in the kind of plateware. Oh, I know what I'm missing. Wine glasses. They had some cute holiday wine glasses. One with reindeer. Maybe they had a couple with reindeer. I can't remember. They had red glasses that were really pretty. And some bedazzled ones. And that kind of stuff. They also had some towels, some kitchen towels, nutcrackers, Christmas trees, all different types of holiday towels. I'll show here. But Santa, what else? You know, all the different holiday stuff. Did I say Halloween? I hope I did. I meant holiday. And then we also saw some Christmas and winter bedding sets. I don't know why that took me forever to get that out, but you know, like sheet sets. And of course, only one was king size. So they had a couple of Ray Dunn ones, some Christmassy looking ones. I think, did one have reindeer on it, I think? One was blue and said, "Let it snow," more wintry. And then they had a gnome set that wasn't Ray Dunn, it was a different brand. Gnomes, and then another one was like a flannel Christmas town kind of look with white and red. And what were the other ones? I don't know. They had a couple of different sets and they were, oh, one had Santa and yoga positions, everyone. So there were the yoga skeletons, and now there are the yoga Santas. They've arrived, everybody. And then they had some really cool bathroom, what were they? Bathroom soap dispensers. That's what I was thinking of. They had a really pretty green tree one. They also had a really pretty silver nutcracker one and a couple different other nutcracker ones, Santas. I got a whole bunch of visuals of their soap dispensers, just in general what they looked like. And then they had some bathroom towels as well. One said let it snow. One had dogs on it. I love anything with the dogs on it. It makes me so happy. Even if I don't buy it or it's not my style for my home, I just love seeing it. Like, I want to see dogs in costumes during Halloween, and I want to see dogs as deer or in Santa hats during Christmas time. Like, it makes my soul so happy. So anyways, we saw some towels. And then we saw some blankets, some fuzzy blankets. Not any ones that I was that interested in. They were all kind of cutesy. They had Snoopy and snowmen and snow people, or I don't know. And then nutcrackers and some stuff like that. And then I didn't get a bunch of the pillows because let me tell you, I tried to pull one pillow out, one individual pillow, and basically the whole thing, like the whole shelf came off. So that was my experience trying to get one visual of a pillow. So we didn't do it. I got like a couple visuals of pillows. There were some really pretty green ones that were at the end. A Santa pillow that was kind of hanging out. And I think I got like a red sweater looking pillow, and I think that's it. Because it was just, there was too much. But they had a lot of pillows, nothing that really stood out to me. And honestly, last year I ordered a bunch of pillow covers from Amazon, and I feel like that's the way to go. Because then you don't have to store all of these big pillows, which I didn't learn that lesson during Halloween. But I do that on the holidays at least. So anyways, that's pretty much what we saw at HomeGoods. Whatever I'm missing, I'll show here. I'm sure I'm missing stuff galore. But there was a lot to see. And we're going to go to more HomeGoods. I want to go to the other one that has a lot of the plateware, and like I want to get a pie dish, I think. I need to see if I have a pie dish, like a holiday one. Because I want to make a pie for Thanksgiving, but I only have Halloween dishware, which is fine. I mean, I'll just bring Halloween if I need to, but you know me. Anyways, we've been sitting here at Bath & Body Works for 3,000 years, so we're going in. Right, we're here at Bath & Body Works, and we're gonna go into Michael's right next door. All right, we are leaving Bath & Body Works and Michael's. We saw lots of Christmassy stuff. All right, so let's start with Bath & Body Works because that's where we went first. First of all, the displays at Bath & Body Works, beautiful. They're just beautiful and festive, and I just love them. And I love their soap packaging this year on some of the items. Like some of them, they have this kind of classic, I almost said Halloween. Like in my mind, I was about to say Halloween, but it's classic Christmassy kind of stuff. Like they had a tree, like it was kind of like framed, and there's a tree and a nutcracker and a snowman, like different, you know, and I think there's a Santa. Is there a Santa in one of them? I don't know, but it's like classic Christmassy kind of stuff. The thing is, I didn't really like the scents available in that packaging. That was the only bummer. Had their 3-wick candle pedestals, which were so good this year. They had this really cool glittery snowflake that was really pretty. They had this one that's amazing. It has these 2 nutcrackers on it and a big clock. And the clock actually works too. And then it has a little mouse, kind of like a nutcracker vibe. Really cool in person. And then like it really makes a statement. And then they had this Santa Claus with this sleigh that was like a whole globe thing. And then they had, none of them were on though. And then they had a reindeer one, and they had a really cool green tree one that was really pretty, classic kind of look. And is that it for the 3-wick candle holders? If I'm missing any of them, I'll show them here. They also had some soap dispenser holders. One had a wreath and I think Santa on it. And what was the other one? A snowman or something? And then we're going to Aldi, by the way. They had another like a single wick candle holder that had this, it kind of had a Grinch vibe to it, but it had a little mouse, and then this tree that was kind of tilting over that looked all magical. There were a couple of soap dispenser holders that were more the kitty, like the rubbery kind of look. I can't remember what they looked like. Was the one a penguin? I don't remember. But they had a couple of those. They had some little cosmetic bags that were cute. One was a dog. One was it a reindeer? Snowman? I'm not remembering correctly. But is this a parking spot right here? Dang. right up front, everybody, at Aldi. And then they had some of their pocket back holders. They had a ugly Christmas sweater. They had a nutcracker, a couple nutcrackers. They had a menorah, so we did see some Hanukkah. They had, what else do they have here? Gingerbread man thing, and like a little cinnamon roll guy, I think. And I can't remember what else, but they, maybe a Santa. They have Santa? I don't know if I'm making things up now. They also had some of their plugins, and their plugins this year just were not my favorite. I don't know what it was about them. They just weren't my favorite. Like they weren't the best I've ever seen. Like even the Christmassy house this year, they had like a little cottage or lodge or whatever. They had one that looked like a little Christmas town, I think, like a couple of Christmas houses. And they had a Santa Claus, a Mrs. Claus, a mouse that was more of a pastel color, a snowman, some ornaments. They had a Santa Claus on a sleigh that I think was the most dramatic one I saw. I don't know, I just wasn't super impressed. Oh, they had a gnome sitting on a mushroom, of course they did. But I feel like they're Halloween ones. They went all out on Halloween this year, and this is their holiday stuff. Like, I don't know. Oh, also they had a menorah plug-in. So they did have Hanukkah this year. I don't know if they have it every year or I just miss it. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to run into Aldi really quickly, and then we'll continue talking about, we'll talk about Michael's, and we'll talk about Aldi. So I'm going in. All right, we just left Aldi, and they didn't have a huge selection, but what they had was pretty good, I'm not going to lie. They had, and it was really organized, and literally not one soul was here, so it was nice to get some actual shots of things. First and foremost, they had some larger wall decor that said things like, have yourself a merry little Christmas. One had trees. One was more of like a tree farm or something like that, you know, more of like a rustic look. But they were larger wall decor signs for $10, which I think is a steal of a deal. And it was double-sided. So if you get tired of one side, you can flip it over and have a whole other decor piece. They also had some gnomes, freaking gnomes, everyone. Of course I knew they would. It's Aldi. They always have gnomes. But they had these stuffed gnomes. One was green, one was red. They also had a Santa gnome looking thing. They had a big wreath that was really pretty. And they also had a smaller wreath, or maybe smaller wreaths. I don't know if they came in a pack or if it was just one. But they had some smaller wreaths. They had some trees, like some, I think one was a potted tree and one had like more of like a stand look and had two trees in the set. And they also had those Pottery Barn, or is it Crate and Barrel? It's Pottery Barn or Crate and Barrel, I can't remember. But one of those dupes, I think it's Pottery Barn, dupe for their reindeer. They have these really sleek looking black reindeer. I mentioned them last year because I was able to snag some last year here, but they didn't have the smaller ones. This year they had the smaller ones, and they are for a fraction of the price that you would get them at Pottery Barn or Crate and Barrel, whichever one. And then they had some pillows. They had a gingerbread man. They had a candy cane, and was it like a star? I can't remember what the other one was. Just little holiday pillows. They had some really pretty and really soft, nice blankets. What do they call that? Like, they were, I don't remember what they call it. Like, it's like sweater look, like cable knit. That's what it's called. Cable knit blankets. I know I'm forgetting stuff. Oh, they had like a little Christmas town area. They had a little Aldi and I think a bakery or something like that. But just different Christmas town things. And they had some light up branchy trees. And they had a good selection, and it was all really nice and pretty and organized, and the prices were good at Aldi. Per usual, they always are. Anyways, we'll maybe continue to check Aldi. I'm wondering if they can't be done. They got to be getting more stuff in. But we'll check next week too. What were we talking about? Oh, let's talk about Michael's, what we saw at Michael's. So there was a lot to see at Michael's, so hopefully I cover it all or remember it all. So first thing I saw was lots of golds and whites and snowy feels, and they had some really pretty stuff. They had really pretty Santas. One was more traditional looking, fancy Santas, and just like really pretty Santa statues. They also had some nutcrackers in here. I think there was one that had like a countdown to Christmas. Lots of tabletop decor and wall decor in this area too that said various things. I can't remember what this one was, like what the theme was, but it had all sorts of Merry Christmas, Believe, like things like that. Lots of joy. They also had some different trees in here that also went with the color scheme. And I don't know what else I'm forgetting, but lots of really pretty stuff in this area. I'll continue to show that here. If I'm missing something, I'm just gonna keep showing it. Okay, also at Michael's, they had a whole North Pole kind of peppermint striped looking line, and it had all reds and whites and peppermints and all the kind of stuff I'm looking for, but I didn't see anything. Like, it was a lot of wall decor and tabletop decor, lots of wooden tabletop decor. Once again, it said Believe, North Pole, things like that. I'm not necessarily looking for a lot of tabletop decor like that, like not the little like wooden cutouts and stuff like that. They had some wall decor too that said North Pole, Santa's Workshop. I can't remember all the different things it said, but a lot of Santas in this area. Lots of red and white classic Santas, Santas in sleighs, Santas building a snowman, Santas just doing various activities. Lots of different Santas in this area. Lots of different Santas. They also had wreaths that went with the color scheme. I think there was a pom-pom red and white wreath, and there was also a bell wreath here. They had a North Pole sign. They had, I think, a little mailbox, letters to Santa. I think each line had their own little letters to Santa box. And then they also had this really cool sign that was like, you know, you can fill it out. My name is so-and-so. This is what I asked for Christmas. This is how old I am, blah, 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 blah. You can fill out all the stuff. I think they had like a little snowman, let it snow, or something like that, little snowman. But yeah, lots of red and white and peppermint stripes. And that's the whole color scheme of this line. So I'll just continue to show it. And then they had also another really colorful line. I think it was like a merry and bright. I think that was the theme. Once again, lots of wall decor, little tabletop decor signs, lots of signs in general that say merry and bright or ho ho ho, lots of things like that. And they had like a multicolored wreath and tree situation, and they had a Santa that waves. They also had a really cute snow globe that was a nutcracker, more of a pastel look, and some really cute pillows in here as well that had bright colors, peppermint stripes, that kind of thing. And what was it? This was like a candy shop. That's what it was. One side was merry and bright, but the other side was more candy shop. So it had lots of different signs that said different things about candy shop or candy. And then they had a tray that had a candy cane and a gingerbread person cut out. They had Santas. They had, I don't even know. There was so much to see. I know I'm missing a whole lot, but this was more of like a bright colored area. Really cute things though. So they also had like a whole other area. Was it gold and white and silver? I think it's like a whole other really pretty line that had once again really pretty nutcrackers and Santas and trees. They had these gorgeous glass trees that had this kind of iridescent look to them. And they had, once again, more signs that said different things like treetops glisten and advent calendars and countdowns and just everything, once again, kind of repetitive, but in whatever color scheme it was in. And then they had wreaths, and then they had some pretty pillows with snowflakes, and once again, in all the color schemes of this area, and trees and nutcrackers and Santas and reindeer. And they also had a rustic Christmas look, and then green, like kind of evergreen colors, and wood, like natural wood looking things, like natural wood trees, reindeer, and once again nutcrackers, like all the same kind of stuff, Santas, but it was like more lumberjack. And so all the signs, all the wall decor, all the pillows, everything had that similar feel where it had red and evergreen, like more of like a darker green or sagey green even. So yeah, once again, everything that I mentioned in that color scheme, letters to Santa, everything was the same, just in a different color scheme. So that's what we saw today while out on the hunt. So we will be back on the hunt tomorrow. Hey everyone, I feel like I look like the shrunken head guy from Beetlejuice right now. We're at home. Not at home, that'd be hilarious, but I'm at home, like my house. And I'm currently editing this video right now, and I was going to add in Target and HomeGoods, or no, sorry, Target and Home Depot. Why do I always do that? Target and Home Depot. That's what I was going to add in. And this video is already getting kind of long, so because there was a lot to see at home, especially in HomeGoods. So, and Michael's, really, there was a lot to see everywhere this week. So I'm thinking I'm going to stop it here Well, I'm stopping it here. I'm not thinking about it. I'm doing it. But I'm going to stop this video here, and then we'll continue on next week with Target and Home Depot. And then I'll go to some more places because I still want to hit Joann's. Last time I went to Joann's, they weren't fully set up yet. They were starting. Oh, we need to go to Ross. That's where we need to go. So we're going to go to Ross too. So we'll go to Target, Home Depot, Ross, Joann's, Big Lots maybe. We'll see what we can fit in next week. But since we saw some of the bigger stores this week, especially At Home, which had a ton of Christmas and took a long time to get through, we'll be able to hit more spots next week because there won't be as much, I don't think. I don't know. We'll see what's out there. Anyways, I just wanted to do a proper send-off since we weren't going to do the send-off during the Target and Home Depot day. I hope you enjoyed holiday decor hunting with me and good old Mr. Skeleton. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. Say hey, ghoul, hey, down in the comments because you know I love talking to you. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you saw anything you liked or any stores I need to go to that have the goods or anything you're wanting to see. Like, well, you need to go here because I don't know if I want to go or not. And I don't know if I want to get out in the cold or wherever, or just get out in general. So will you go check it out? I'll definitely do that. So let me know down in the comments. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go make myself a cup of coffee or espresso or whatever. I don't know, whatever fancy situation in my spooky mug and continue editing. That's it for this video though. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys next time.